Hi, my name is Tushar Jain, and today we'll be talking about the business plan of WeWork. This is the table of contents that we're going to be going throughout this presentation. Let's look at the company background of WeWork. WeWork Inc. was founded in 2010, providing co-working spaces including physical and virtual shared spaces. It is a public limited company headquartered in Manhattan, New York City, United States. WeWork is currently situated in 748 locations and 121 cities worldwide. By the end of 2013, WeWork customers included 350 startups and was considered the fastest growing lessee of new office spaces in New York. They provide dedicated desks, standard offices, office suite, full floor office or building, and collaboration hub as a service solution to their clients. WeWork now provides products such as WeWork On Demand, which is an app where customers can book workspaces with over 320 locations in 70 major cities by the hour, and WeWork All Access, which is a monthly membership that unlocks access to over 500 plus WeWork locations around the world.
Thank you. And now I'll walk you through the aims of the business plan. The business plan is designed to help WeWork achieve a number of objectives as part of its expansion aspirations. WeWork shares have dropped nearly 36% since its new IPO. This presents the company with an ideal opportunity to restructure with more cash. WeWork would like to focus on raising capital through private investment in public equity as a way of post-IPO fundraising. The firm plans to use the new funds to restructure and modernize its operations, marketing techniques, and financial strategies. With increased financing, WeWork will be able to stabilize its cash flow and focus on differentiating itself in the co-working industry through its strategy. WeWork will be able to reinvent itself as a leading premium brand for co-working spaces as a result of the different modifications, providing solutions that are more competitive than those offered by other companies.
For the internal analysis, WeWork has a positive brand image. The company is committed to achieving carbon neutrality by using more renewable energy sources and encouraging sustainability to reduce the negative impacts on the environment. So they are concerned with environmental and public welfare issues. For example, WeWork encourage employees not to eat meat foods, to use more reusable footwear, and participating in tree planting to help the environment. Also, the company introduced the WeWork for Good program to provide office space for NGOs. To volunteer in these activities, we were promised to donate 1 billion in 10 years. Other companies are not willing to make a big donation like WeWork, so it is difficult for other rivals to imitate, and it helps WeWork to achieve corporate social responsibility. However, WeWork may poor human resource management. WeWork is contribute to providing equal employment opportunities to employees, but the firm faced the problem of cronyism, since CEO has appointed people by nepotism, which caused his family members to rule the company. So other employees could not promote to a higher office space fairly. Moreover, the company announced that they have zero tolerance for discrimination, but the company is being sued for gender discrimination in the workplace. One of the female employees claimed that the company discriminated against her by reducing her role after noticing her pregnancy. The phenomenon affected employee loyalty and organizational culture. For the finance management, WeWork announced that they were going to change the world, so they were expecting a 47 billion valuation for the public offering. To persuade investors, WeWork introduced a community-adjusted EBITDA to clarify its key finance measures. However, business analysts investigated that the report was inaccurate. The company was operating at a consistent business loss, so it shouldn't have a much higher valuation. It created a negative impact on the firm's misleading and dishonest behaviors towards the public. WeWork defines itself as a technological company, but the company is just to provide a short-term contract for tenants without any technical service support. Unlike other technology companies, the firm did not invest much in these areas. For instance, 80% of the revenue of the company was utilized as location operating expense, so the company was unable to do innovation. Therefore, the market position will confuse investors. And then I will pass the time to my groupmates to talk about external analysis.
Here are the external analysis part. For the economic factor, there is a growing trend of the gig economy. In recent years, the job market tends to hire more temporary workers or freelancers to take some small job or independent project. As a result, most freelancers need a quiet space or a working space to work, which WeWork business model can definitely fit their need and grab the market trend. Moreover, the economy is declining and the working mode has changed. Due to the outbreak of COVID-19, lots of companies need to reduce the expenditure and minimize the loss. The rent of an office is a fixed cost and holds a large proportion of the expenditure. Therefore, some companies decided to stop renting office and let employees work from home, and which led to the change of the working mode. And furthermore, the average disposable income is increasing. Since budget is a concern for some freelancers in previous years that consider their own office space, more wealthy and freelancers might consider co-working space like WeWork. For political factors, play a vital role for WeWork. Whether it's local government policy or other country policy can also affect WeWork revenue and operation. In recent years, foreign investment confidence in Hong Kong decreased due to some political issue. It will lead to a fewer and fewer people starting business or investing in Hong Kong. But these people are WeWork target customer, which is believed that negatively affect WeWork's revenue. However, the unemployment rates increase. That has an opportunity to drive WeWork revenue because people who lose their job have the opportunity to start their own business or become a freelancers. So WeWork has a chance to benefit from it. For the technology factor, devices are advanced a lot. With the appearance of a multifunctional smartphone or laptops, temporary workers and freelancers have more choice than before to work online. Moreover, remote work has a large improvement. It is more convenient for the team to work on the same item or project. With tools such as Zoom, Microsoft, or Google Drive, employees can collaborate with each other and save the data in the same shared space, which they can access anytime and anywhere. And this helps remote work to be more feasible and convenient. A physical place is no longer necessary for a meeting, which ultimately benefit WeWork. For the last part, the legal factor, this one legal issue for WeWork is liability. It is because some scenario easily fall into a gray area of liability law as shared working space. It is hard to define who would be responsible for each issue, which has lots of uncertainty. Next, we'll talk about the strategy part.
Now let's move on to the first operational strategy. The additional funds would be allocated to hire a local coffee business as a subcontractor. N1 Coffee & Co., which has 3 retail stores in Hong Kong, in Tsim Sha Tsui, Wan Chai, and Sai Kung, is a planned food and beverage provider for WeWork Hong Kong. N1 Coffee is a well-known local coffee Hong Kong store among local coffee aficionados. Its low pricing, high-quality coffee, and attractive atmosphere have earned it a reputation for being a good value for money brand. A grab-and-go structure or dine-in mini cafe model could be implemented at WeWork locations in Hong Kong. Customers would be less likely to leave the co-working space, resulting in a more pleasant working atmosphere. WeWork offers a variety of subscription options, ranging from a single dedicated desk to a whole floor office. Health and safety, professional, and technological amenities are similar for both of these types of plans, although the private amenities are different, which induce further costs to work on further. Customers will have greater in-depth access to the WeWork ecosystem with private amenities such as more office add-ons and security measures for data to be kept in the cloud across all subscription tiers. WeWork will be able to offer more features to all subscription tiers such as Adobe Suite and Microsoft Office services. This capital allocation will be a minor change that rebrands WeWork as a premium service provider. For startups or newly incubated businesses, business consultants can be most likely to be expensive. To enhance the WeWork ecosystem, the company would be able to hire an in-house business consultant for each of the brands to assist consumers. Most co-working spaces do not use this method, despite the fact that it is a differentiating factor for them to stand out in the market. Although it is simply one more technique to boost consumers' reliance on WeWork. An in-house business consultant is a unique approach to allocate investment that may be of medium cost. Now let's move on to the marketing strategies. More effective utilization of ad money across social media platforms would allow for more efficient capital allocation. Retargeting and enhanced efforts in the social media ad strategy are expected to boost WeWork's digital presence. An increased digital footprint would increase the chances of improving conversion rate, allowing you to leverage on a good brand reputation. Increased ad expenditure on LinkedIn will provide WeWork access to more relevant people to whom the advertisers will be shown to, lowering cost per click and optimizing ad budgets. Now, one of the largest trends in digital marketing is influencer or key opinion leader marketing. Firms fund a certain person or influencer to promote the brand and become its face. Customers who recognize these people are more likely to trust the company, which is precisely what we want in order to improve our market position. The extra funds might be utilized to successfully showcase a certain influencer's approval on multiple social media platforms, enhancing the digital marketing efforts and creating content that can be used for offline marketing as well.
Community management is a process of building an authentic community through various types of interaction amongst customers, employees, and clients. WeWork can not only attract new clients through their bold designs and interior, but also provide a huge community to its new clients. Hiring a community manager could help WeWork build a close-knit community amongst its clients. The role of the community manager will be to introduce new members into the community, understand the needs of the members, organizing social events, and encouraging clients to participate, providing support to young professionals who need advice, and collect and analyze from the feedback received by the members. Having a community manager would help strengthen the brand's reputation since it helps increase engagement amongst audience and clients. It also builds an ecosystem in the co-working space where members can come together to work, socialize, and be more productive and constructive as a whole. The next would be NFT perks. NFT for short is non-fundable tokens, which is an interchangeable data stored in a blockchain that can be sold and traded. NFT transactions have risen from 40.69 million in 2018 to 338.4 in 2020, which is an increase over 8 times over the last 2 years. In 2020, the NFT market was valued at 100 million, which by the end of 2021 had increased to 22 billion, which is a 220 times increase in the market value. 23% of the millennials came to collect NFT as an investment or hobby. This shows that the recent times of NFT had shown great improvement and growth. WeWork can boost signups through membership tokens, where they can add a feature which will make each NFT double as a membership token, granting the token holder access to WeWork's facilities. Since token holders are the owners of NFTs and each one is unique, they can sell or lease them to other co-workers so that they can enjoy the access to WeWork spaces. WeWork can also use NFT as a marketing purpose, like partnering with popular NFT artists to create merchandise and selling them or giving them away to loyal customers in the virtual world. WeWork has been directly affected by COVID-19, which led to reducing business operations, and hence liquidity risk needs to be managed in the long run. WeWork could implement the following strategies in order to have a better understanding of the financial situation, and which could help them build better and more informed strategical plans in the future. The first financial strategies they could use is cash flow forecasting. WeWork will have to prepare such forecasts in order to understand their liquidity position in the short term and long term. These forecasts will also help the management of WeWork to know in advance the cash status of the organization at different points of time, and thereby aid them in evolving suitable strategies. It would also help WeWork keep track of the overdue payments, for example, the interest on loans from the banks. When doing cash flow forecasting, WeWork would now be more prepared for adverse situations such as the pandemic in the long run, since it can predict its short-term cash flows and devise plan accordingly. The second would be capital budgeting strategy. Capital budgeting is used to evaluate major projects and investment, where a project's cash inflows meet the expected returns in comparison to the cash outflows. As described in the operations and marketing strategy, such strategies would require additional capital, which is infused through pipes. Using capital budgeting strategy, it will help WeWork enhance the productivity of the business, returns, and profitability. With capital budgeting strategy, the process of implementing it will be first, identifying the investment opportunities based on corporate strategy, forecasting the costs and benefits of the investment opportunities in the long run, evaluating the net benefits of such opportunities, authorizing the spending capital expenditure, and lastly, controlling the capital projects. Once the long-term investment strategies are formulated, the company can form short-term capital or working capital strategies in order to reach the ultimate goal.
So let's move on to the implementation part. For the implementation, we need to define how our business plan is considered as a success. First, we need to keep our brand image positive and retain a good reputation. Also, we need to provide high quality service that will satisfy users. Increase in customers' number and gain profit would be considered as a success. First of all, we suggest setting up a committee to deal with the reformation. A committee acts as the leader of the reformation team. It will also monitor the process of the whole business plan. They bear the responsibility to contact the supplier. It is a clear management system that drives efficiency. Next, the committee will evaluate the process of the plan. They need to ensure everything is right on the track. For example, contact the online influencer for cooperation, analyze the advertising cost usage, hire business consultant staff, ensure the food quality. This stage is mainly focused on the preparation work before the pilot run. After the preparation work, we can move on to the next stage. After that, we are going to launch a 3-month pilot run in order to let customers experience the new feature of the co-working space. Since our service may not be mature and fully adjusted, we would like to offer a 10% off discount within the pilot run. We are not sure if the customers are satisfied by our service or not. Therefore, after the customers finish their work, we would like to invite them to do a small survey with coupon to encourage them to provide feedbacks. During the pilot run, the committee will hold a regular debriefing once a week. It can effectively follow up the customer's feedback and try to improve. Lastly, this is the official opening of the renewed WeWork. The committee already addressed the service. The committee will continue to collect feedbacks from customers. A regular debriefing will also be held once a month instead of once a week. It can reduce the time for meeting and accelerate the administration speed. If the sales revenue is under prediction, the committee need to analyze the overall performance and find out the problem. Also, we need to monitor the operation costs. The online influencer represent our brand. If any negative news spread out, we need to consider whether we should suspend this cooperation. So let's move on to the conclusion part.
In conclusion, the intense external and internal problems contribute to a negative impact on WeWork. In order to help WeWork to achieve business success, we suggest adopting several business strategies to rebrand the premium feel that WeWork is set to provide. Also, an action plan is useful to monitor the process and enhance the service as well. That's the end of our sharing. Thank you.